Hi there, signs of Libra. This is Kim here to do your reading for you. This is going to be for your next 3 days. Why? Why the venom? Why the venom? Huh. Okay, we're starting off with the venom. I always open up to your spirit team, your spirit guides, and your angels for these messages. They're for your most high, but what do we have going on? Because I've got the desert, I have the threshold, and the underworld. All right, you know what? I'm going to take that desert too. Yes, I think that they go together. I think all these three go together here. Okay, so, woo! Those are some big energies. Here we have the underworld card. The desert, the venom, and then we have the threshold, which I like seeing that. I have a feeling that you're coming out of these energies here. Okay. And you're almost there. You're at the threshold here of like, for real, a very new experience. A contrast, a stark contrast to what the venom is. God, I'm sorry. This energy, whatever you've been dealing with, this is a dark place. You know, the underworld card, it can mean that you've gone through a lot of transformative energies too, like Pluto energy. This is not a place you want to be in for very long, though. The desert is like, it's like this person reaching out saying, I got to get out of these energies, out of or away from this darkness. Whoa, what is this? What are you going through? I can see where you're about to jump into something new, a new experience, which I really want to focus on this part here. Let's pull one from Kim Krans alchemy deck to see what else wants to come through, because this is intense. On the cut, I have the Raven's Head and Jupiter, which says that your life's work is beginning. Something about your work, purpose, why you're here, and then Jupiter's good luck, expansion, and growth. Could you have had attacks because of some type of work that you do, or some type of light that you bring? Yeah. Calcification. So this calcification card, it has very similar energy here to the threshold, right in the middle of the card, right? Very similar energy, because this card represents us being able, or maybe even your guides helping you burn off all of the extras that don't serve you anymore. The best example I even can think of for this, about all of the extras in your life that don't maybe belong there anymore, would be like a grill. If you're grilling out for a barbecue and you've used the grill for many months and you're going to use it again, but there's all of these little pieces on there, so you have to clean them away, and then you fire it up really hot, right? That would be all of those things burn off. So it's kind of like a metaphor to that. Yeah, but you're about to step into a new experience on the threshold. You're right there. Okay, and you may be seeing signs and synchronicities to let you know that you're right here. I have the androgen card, which is like a lover's energy, but it brings people together for the purpose of creating something that really it cannot be named or labeled at this point yet. So that's interesting. Ugh. There's the despicable face, the synchronicity card, the blue temple. The despicable face, it's other people projecting things onto ourselves that maybe for a time we have bought into, or if not bought into it, we've at least felt the projection of guilt or shame or self-righteous eyes, people that think that they're better or whatever it is, that's when we're having to deal with that. And this energy is venom. It is like the venom energy. I'm going to group those all together because I think that Spirit is saying that all of those energies are about to be burned out, or you at least won't have to experience such intensity of this. So you should be seeing signs and synchronicities that the Ouroboros is here, that whatever you have been through, created this diamond, the pressure that made you precious. And then this blue temple is when you're getting inspiration or visions from the celestial realms. It's like heavenly. If you've been getting really interesting downloads about what to create, or been feeling like you're very connected more than ever with some sort of facet to your spirituality, then that would be coming from that blue temple energy. So all in all, I think this card is the most important here, this threshold card. If you've also noticed that things have been dropping out of your life, or people have been going out of your life, jobs, people, situations. This could be something that's happened over a matter of years, though. Then that clearing process has been underway. Okay, let's see what the 3 days have. It's pretty intense energy. All of that is. Wow, you could have really been dealing with some pretty toxic people with that venom and the despicable face. Maybe there's some sort of new experience that you're going to be going into that is nothing like what you have had encountered in the past. Because, yeah, I think that's what they're saying. I have the 8 of Wands, which is good news. Something picking up speed, or communication that you're wanting to hear, because it gives you some sort of good news, a message of good news. Yeah, I would say good news is coming. There's the rainbow. This is like that promise or the hope that comes, the sign of the good future to come. The rainbow and the pot of gold there. So wish granted, serendipity, blessing, patience pays off, abundance, hope, good luck, patience, promise, God send, creation, manifesting wealth, prosperity, and perfect timing. Timing. Also with the synchronistic events, timing here. All right, so I have the 10 of Wands and the 6 of Swords for your day 1. the hot air balloon and the person of water. So this is actually a pretty good sign with these rather toxic energies that you've been dealing with or having to deal with. Because the 10 of Wands suggests that there's like going to be an ending of that. An ending of your burdens. Not having to feel or carry so much stress on your shoulders. So I feel like something is coming to completion and you'll be quite relieved to find yourself going in some sort of new direction with the Six of Swords. Yeah, pressure, burden, carrying more, feeling very, very stressed out or very exhausted, you know. And this is getting out of that energy. The Six of Swords especially. It can be an actual move or traveling for something. But in whatever way it is, it's getting out of the storm or out of this venom energy. And you're rising above. It kind of looks like that despicable face energy down here, that you're getting into this hot air balloon and you're rising above it all. So balance, uplifting, freedom, going with the flow, to rise above, don't resist, new perspective, untouchable, defying gravity, continuous flow, ascension, view, elevate, and feeling good. Your person of water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, might actually just be talking about you and gifts or abilities here. The emotional idealist, emotionally connected, psychic, empathetic, intuitive, sensitive, heart-centered, feels deeply, takes things personally, healer, counselor, advisor, and author. I think when we clarify, we're probably going to go more over clarifying those energies that you have been dealing with. Yay! Look, you're on the threshold to your Nine of Cups and the Queen of Wands. Nice. So that's your happiness. Nine of Cups is your wishes granted, or finding out that something that you find out is going to make you extremely happy. The Queen of Wands, it's almost like giving that vibe of you saying, I'm ready. Like, I'm confident, I'm bold, and I'm ready now. I'm ready to put myself back out there. Whatever it is, I think you're on the threshold of about to be seen in a really big way. It's usually some type of talent or skill that you have that gets seen. She's really known for like sharing things, and could even be like sharing gifts and abilities with others. Well, you could focus here on working out. Might be literal with the bodybuilder, or it can be that you are just like, you don't stop, so your strength just keeps on building here. Your power, your strength, determined, discipline, having a strong or big influence. Yeah, you always picture like the Queen of Wands being on a stage of some sort. Self-improvement and exercise. Then I have cabin, lonely, confined, detached, remote, secluded, go within, disengaged, kept apart. It can be that you did that on purpose, though, you know, because of these other energies you're having to deal with. Going within, having to be disengaged because some sort of energy that you were dealing with was a little bit toxic. Oh, you have Four of Wands, a Knight of Swords, where we're worried about a specific goal that we want to meet. But to see you meeting it, the Four of Wands is celebration. It's like the 1111 card, so there's a lot with purpose. Meeting your goals, but they're big ones. They're big goals. It also brings together the right partnerships, alliances. Sometimes this is even a wedding. For some reason, we have the Nine of Swords here. It might be a completion, 9-9, when it comes to your thinking, or the way that you're thinking here. Oh, okay, because we're worried that something could go either way. I think there's a comparison here to the past. A comparison of what you've already been through in the past. It might have to do with people that you work with, or being around certain people with the crew. It's like you're really wanting to meet a goal, or you're wanting to make a big move, and there's other energy here that's bringing about doubt or comparison. Let's see. Let's get some clarifying. So to me, this is more like a person who's just worried about the what ifs. What if it doesn't work out? Or what if something repeats like the last time? Yeah, Spirit, can you give me some more on the underworld and the venom and the despicable face and the desert? The Nine of Pentacles. You are going to be able to break free independently from those energies. If you have been in a dark place for a while with your finances, or worried about that, worried about your own independence, or being independent from those, from that toxicity, then I think that you're going to be very successful here. So this usually indicates like a big financial gain or a windfall. And the Fool is like, you're ready for this. This is the next step of the journey. This is the threshold that you're about on. I don't think they want you to worry about it too much or think too much about the negativity. Or even overanalyze some sort of big change coming. Tell me more about Six of Swords. The High Priestess. Oh, good. Good. Okay, so the High Priestess card and the Six of Swords kind of go together well, because the Six of Swords is when you listen to your intuition, perhaps even before you get to the point of being overly stressed or burned out, and your intuition usually tells you, okay, now it's time to pick up your bags, or to move on, to go to like the next phase in something. So those go together really well. You're definitely being told, yeah, look, to listen to your intuition. Another Nine of Cups. Look, you look at all these nines here. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. So 9, number 9. This means that you're having some major endings, and also that there's that pot of gold at the end, you know. So they're saying there's something there about that as a metaphor. Your happiness, protecting your happiness, listening to your intuition when it's telling you to, I don't know, do what it takes to get to that Nine of Pentacles, the self-reliant, independent. Focus on putting your efforts where you need to, just those things. So the threshold is like you getting close to a completion, the 10. Okay, what about the Queen of Wands? Whoa. 4 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, reverse, and the Devil. Yeah. I really think there's just there's some people that are not part of the vision, or not part of your next part. I keep saying part. Next stage. Like they're not part of your expansion. Spirit is saying to be very aware of what you're still holding on to, or what attachments you have to the old or to things in the past. Yeah, because I just see both of these, the devil and the Four of Pentacles, as being like a controlling or a in bondage type of energy. And with the Three of Wands reversed, usually it means, you know, expansion, having the right partnerships and alliances for some sort of creation. This looks like a warning in a sense. Maybe not even a warning, maybe more of a just letting you know that these people aren't going with you, or whatever was really bad for you isn't going to go with you. So why the Queen of Wands? Tell me. Two of Swords. Okay. Also the vice. I mean, you clearly see vice on this devil. If there's anything that you have been bound to, or that you feel has more control over you, limiting your freedom, of vice and addiction, in any way, and it can be in anything, you know. We all have very different things, but it's usually present in everybody's life in some way. They're wanting you to really take a look at it and be ready to release it, so that you can be like more in control and feel more free. I have a feeling for some of you all that watching that this has to do with a toxic habit, though, that brings or opens up a portal. I'm not judging. Please don't ever think that. I have my own life that I have lived, and I know that these are hard things, especially when we have the triggers that are in our life that are as big as the underworld or the desert. Like, you know, the desert, I'm just getting that feeling of being in that space of, okay, something's not working, something's not changing, no matter what I try. Oh, and now something looks it or has gotten worse, and it's being in that. And then look at the either some hate that you're getting from others, maybe people that were even close to you. I feel like these are like some pretty awful triggers that would definitely lead a person to want to find comfort in something. And so what starts off as I'm trying to control my own pain through escapism ends up, you know, controlling us. And so most of all, I think it's important, like what Aristotle said, where it's moderation that is key in everything. It's balance that is key. And that's the one thing we're always trying to do. Even our bodies are desperately trying to find homeostasis all the time. So yeah, I think it's just saying, just be aware. All right, what about the thought patterns? Haha, victory over your thought patterns. I think that you need to have this view of there's something new here for me to experience. This is a new timeline, new energy. There's no shame here. There's only balance and moderation that is needed. And that goes to for our thoughts, everything in balance and moderation. And I think that is saying, when you view it like this, that this is something completely new, you're going to be very victorious. I see somebody that is going to accomplish something, especially with these crew, with these alliances or other people. It's like they're going to watch you not only succeed, but be victorious or do something that deserves like praise and attention, and you will be like lifted up. So that can be your own, this is your victory over that. Yeah. Yep. I want to get more on... I want to get more on the devil energy, and because there also might be, there's a feeling I'm getting here of some kind of necessary space or isolation. Like I said before, that I think there may be some type of isolation or protecting your energy that you do in a very physical way for a while. Especially if there's some energies around that are not helping you with expansion. If anything, they're like hindering the journey. They or whatever thing it's talking about, whatever toxicity it's talking about. Yeah, the key. Tell me more about why I'm getting that for Libra, the need to kind of protect or be with yourself at this time. Oh, self-improvement and secret. And secret. So the book is a secret, and also it can have to do with self-improvement. So I can see that also. Tell me more about the secret. So you may be making significant changes, in your own life where they don't need to know that information, whatever it is. It's like these people don't need to know that, or somebody may have a lot of judgment placed on you, or whatever it is. However that goes, So I feel like there's self-improvement done in secret, and that's fine. And that's fine. Sometimes we need help and we need more people, but in this case, with the garden being the way that it came out, there definitely will be socializing and there will be that, but I think that they're saying the way that came out, that there's some sort of need for your solitude, for your peace. Maybe that's out in nature. I'm just picking up there's some other people's energies at this time. That it might be a sensitive time for you, and that they might be triggering, if you get what I mean. Like, come out when you finish the book on yourself, I hope I'm making sense. I'm telling you what they're telling me. Mm-hmm. The snake. Now, if you look at the guidebook on this, it's going to tell you that it's like sociopathic people. It literally says that word. The sociopathic people, are people who blame other people for the way that they act, or for anything that they're doing that's harmful to another. Like, I only wanted to hurt you because either I've gotten hurt before, or I blame everything on everyone else. And so there can be lies, there can be slander, there can be attempts at sabotage through work, through your friend groups. Whatever it is, there's some sort of snake here. Or whoever that is. And of course the definition goes way deeper than that, but I see this snake. I see the snake here also as being, you're about to shed some sort of second skin, and have like a massive healing event in your life. And you don't want somebody, they're just saying again, you don't want somebody to interrupt this type of big healing within yourself. You would know why, or how that's relevant. Yeah. some people see your healing and they want to stop it. They're jealous, or they want to be healed too, but they don't want to do what it takes to be healed, or whatever it is, you know what I mean? So there's some people that like to stop or halt. They don't necessarily, they can't relate, I guess, anymore, or something like that. Though these are usually people who aren't thinking right, you know. Oh, yay! Guys, I have some really good news. Whoa, with your occupation. Oh, maybe in love too. Goodness. Look, for a very long time, you have felt like the stars have not been aligned here. But they are, and they're getting that way, because this star, it's like, this is, I feel like this is what you're on the threshold to, is this star, the stars being aligned. This can be you really standing out for something, like being famous for something that you do, or just really good at what you do. Everybody else can see you twinkling, and they may see that things are like lining up for you, stepping into your authentic you. Yeah, I'm just getting a feeling of somebody who's working on themselves, but that's like part of your North Node, if that makes sense. We all look at, they're giving me that message, we all look at the North Node, or the part of our chart of like, okay, this is my destiny, this is my dharma, this is when we think that this is when everything's worked out, but sometimes it's this period of self-improvement, and just the awareness of what we need to do to have a better experience in life, that puts us into that North Node. I'm wanting to say a lot of you all are about to experience North Node energy for yourself, of that's authentic you. Even the one who's still attempting to balance, especially that one, is their North Node, is in their North Node. I feel like that. You're going to get some sort of letter, information, or news here that lets you know. Here's the occupation card. It's going to put you in a really good place financially, great fortune. And man or woman, because we're dealing with archetypes here, and also we all have both energies within us. You have the rich girl archetype. So I would say, man or woman, you should be, like you already are in that space of, I know what I'm worth. No matter how much experiences were not good, or how much venom, even the venom we like inflicted on ourselves, you still know your worth. And you know that you deserve to receive everything you want. I would get ready to receive a lot, is what I think. And other than great fortune, that's a big amount, by the way. That's a big amount. Looks really nice, tied into the occupation and the heart. So it might have something to do, you may have something to do with the heart, or like doing what you love. Also could be a love interest coming in to your life, or somebody who really matches with you. Yeah, so I got through that. I'm surprised I did. I've not felt the best today, but I did want to get back on here and do a reading for you all. Some wicked allergies here lately. Wicked ones. And what kind of underworld pollen has come around, but that's its name. Okay, Libra, I have your angel number message, and I'll wrap it up. Do have private readings available if you would like one. Look at this alignment, guys. Look at this alignment. Drop me a comment if you want to. Maybe let me know what you're going through, where you're from, something like that. I love to interact with you all, and it's also very interesting to see where people are from. 888 to the 999. All right, 888, as you focus on all the wonderful things that surround you, you're clearing the path for more positive energy to flow into all areas of your life. You're creating a place for abundance. I am abundant. 999, and let me tell you, isn't there a Beatles song that's, I think it's from the Waite album, or the Waite, is the Waite Revolve? I can't remember, but I remember him going number 9, number 9, number 9. If you know that song, I think it's probably called number 9. Anyway, number 9 is your that's your number. At least for the next 3 days, look out for the number 9. 999 says, thank the past for your lessons. Leave it where it belongs so that you can make the best of a life that's still waiting to be fulfilled by only you. I am unique. 999. I love you guys. Bye.